Jim?
All right, so let's dig in with Jamil Jaffer, former associate counsel to President George W. Bush. Good to have you.
Thanks for having me.
Jeffrey Clark, attempting to move his case to federal court from state court. The judge has already rejected Mark Meadows' attempt to do so. Does Clark have any additional chance of getting this successfully moved?
Well, I mean, look, his argument is that this was an issue right before the Justice Department, the question of whether federal election law was complied with by the states in certifying these elections. So he's trying to make the case that this was part of his job. The problem, of course, is he was the acting head of the Civil Division, which has almost nothing to do with election rights cases. Maybe the Civil Rights Division, maybe the Criminal Division. Very unusual for the Civil Division itself, which handles, lawsuits against the U.S. typically,
right.
To be involved in such a matter. Hard argument for him to make.
Former Justice Department official Jody Hunt made exactly that point, and Hunt was the head of the Civil Division under Trump before Clark took it over. Would I assume that testimony might be somewhat influential?
Right. I mean, Jody Hunt would know. Jody Hunt's been the head of the Civil Division, chief of staff to the Attorney General, right? This is somebody who knows, been around the building a long time. I think that's going to carry a lot of weight with the judge as to whether Jeffrey Clark was acting in his official capacity.
Okay, let's talk for a moment about the principal co-defendant in all this, the former President Trump. He gave quite a wide-ranging interview to NBC over the weekend, of course, as he often does, commented on the case underway. He said, in his words, it was his decision to believe that the 2020 election was rigged. Now, my understanding of his defense was in part that he was just listening to his lawyer's advice. But by saying it was his decision it was rigged and we have to pursue this, does that threaten that defense?
Jim, this is a great example of why lawyers tell their clients, don't talk to the press, don't go out there. Donald Trump doesn't listen to his lawyer's advice. Look, he's getting himself into trouble because what he said was, I listened to a lot of people, but I decided. So he's trying to make his lawyer, defensive counsel argument, but he's doing it in a way that could cause him problems down the road. This is not a good look for him as the client, as a defendant. This is why you want your clients to stay off of television. Donald Trump can't help himself.
And can that affect his case in court, right? Beyond us getting a sense of how he's going to try to defend himself here.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's a statement against interest by a defendant in a criminal case. It can be brought in. It's not going to be, hearsay like it's himself. It's him saying it himself in public on television. Hard to know how this plays out. Generally, not good for your clients out there on TV. Talk about a case that's happening.
Right. Jamil Jaffer, thanks so much.
Thanks for having me.
As always, Brianna.